Scott, Microsoft has begun sending out refunds for both the Xbox and Steam versions of Redfall Bite Back Edition. Jess Gordon over at Windows Central. Microsoft acquired the studio behind Redfall sometime in mid-development as part of its Bethesda and ZeniMax purchase a few years back. Roughly a year after Redfall's disappointing launch, Microsoft shuttered Arkane Austin alongside Tango Gameworks and other Bethesda studios as part of their restructuring efforts. Incidentally, Redfall's promised DLC plans were shelved, leaving users who had purchased season passes and associated content earlier with the game's Bite Back Edition out in the lurch. Now, it seems Microsoft and Bethesda are trying to repair the damage. I received tips this evening from users who purchased Redfall's Bite Back Edition that they were receiving automatic refunds. The Bite Back Edition cost $26.99 American, and Microsoft appears to be refunding the full amount to users on both Xbox and Steam. What else are you gonna do?
That's definitely expensive, but I feel like this is legally required. You can't just sell somebody a product and then have it be an empty bag of chips. That only works if you're Lay's selling chips. You can't just sell half of a product, but that kind of it raises my frustration with these different editions, because often the time we'll get an extra super edition that really only just gives you a couple days early access. Yeah. And I see that as being a real negative, but as well as that, I see, well, you're selling a piece of the game that just doesn't exist yet, and it might not exist. At the end of the day, they could just cancel the plans, and that feels really dirty to me.
Well, and here we are, right? At the end of the day, they not only canceled the plans, they canceled the studio. Arkane Austin is no longer, right? So that, I think that's the biggest loss, is losing such a talented studio. Now where do those people go, right? Now, granted, that was a while ago, and they've definitely moved on. Hopefully, everybody's been able to pick up their feet and land where they need to and continue in the games industry. But man, year after year lately, we've been talking about more layoffs and stuff. It gets tough. But getting back to the whole issue here of refunds, dude, Cyberpunk was the same thing. The game didn't work, and they had to issue refund after refund after refund. Here, being a little bit different, is that the DLC is not coming, right? That game is done. Redfall was done. It was done the minute they launched it. The problem is, though, Scott, the studio knew that.
Yeah.
Like, listen to the studio, man. They know how the game development's going, right? Again, CD Projekt Red, going back to Cyberpunk, same deal. When they launched that, the people at the studio are like, this isn't ready. So then why put it out? Because of your investors, right? So when Xbox put out Redfall, they had to have known. Like, I saw Phil Spencer go on the Kind of Funny and talk about it that day of, yeah, this is really disappointing, didn't see this coming. I'm like, man, you had to have seen it coming. You had to have seen this. The studio knew. The studio didn't want to make the game at one point. What do you do?
Yeah, just who is responsible? But ultimately, at the end of the day, this is Xbox. They're doing right by the consumer, but I don't want to afford them, many points for this one. They don't get kudos for this one. This is just doing what's right. Yeah,
no, I think it just comes back around that everybody who did buy the season pass obviously were disappointed, but at least they got their money back, right? So I don't know. It's better than nothing. I hate to see them just get completely robbed and go. Xbox just goes, nope, too bad. Like, can you imagine? Oh man. So I appreciate that they get their money back at least, and hopefully they can put it towards something that is an actual good game. But I don't know. We'll see what happens next, because Arkane's not done completely, right? We're getting the Blade game next.
That's right.
Will that fare out?
Arkane Leon is still going strong, and fingers crossed this lands as well. Vampires could be done right.
Yeah, time will tell. It's funny how they went from one vampire to another. I don't know. Hit us up. ITGTV.com. Let us know. Are you looking forward to Blade?